Now the first important question is causes. What were the causes for the outbreak of this revolt? There are many causes which I will tell you once we start. Second is important leaders and their important centers. So there are 10-12 important centers and leaders. They do ask match the following. Which center was epicenter? You understand this epicenter in geography? So we have epicenter in history also. Third important is causes for the failure. Why did British succeed or Indians were defeated? Four important is what were the outcome, result, or you can also say significance of this revolt. So something which happened just after 1857, say 1858, an act was passed. What are those points in the act? What changes it brought? And something which happened between this period to this period, and because of this, the policies, the perceptions of British changed, and it impacted for very long time. So first important lesson of history, there are many lessons of history which you in any case have to know, but most of you are today science graduate, tech graduates, and you studied last time social science in class 10th when you were roaming in shorts. So obviously you have forgotten the basic lessons which your teacher and parents must have given. One basic lesson of history is we don't read events for the sake of events. You're getting this? Events takes place every moment, every day, every month, okay? Now, general perception about history in market is, what is history? Tell me, what is history? Yes? Past events. I knew exactly what you're going to tell. You know, within 2 minutes I could understand, because I know what generally people believe it. The moment you said past events are history, then it would have been impossible for any teacher to teach, any book to write. So anybody who can correct this? Yes? Pardon? Past event which is important. Which is better? This one or this one? Yes? This one. Have you seen ever History Channel? There's a channel called History, like Geography, like Discovery. I would suggest don't watch. The reason is because they actually base on this, they don't do this because they have a commercial interest. So even on their channel, when initially I was very enthusiastic to see when the channel came, and within 1 week I understood they are going in a different direction. So one of the series they broadcasted was History of Ramp in the World. You're getting my point? And the catwalk, how it started, who were the famous model. So what I would do with that, is that recommended in any syllabus in the world? Then another series, History of Mysterious Murder. So all the major leaders of the world and how this murder was conspired and executed, by which gun, by which knife. And you know, I saw many people were looking very curiosity. So this is the difference between a historian and Aam Aadmi. The first important thing is that among the millions of events which happens every day, he has to shortlist what is important. You may not. If I give you this task, you would mess up between an important and irrelevant or very important. I can just give you an example. in your own life, since last 22 years, you have seen many events. Are those all are important in your life? Right? If I ask what you ate last to last Tuesday in the night, which cloth you wore last to last Saturday in the morning, I hope you don't remember. But usse wo pehli mulaqat, you remember this? The first meeting, you must remember, right? Even the date, the time, the place, and what she said, what you said, or vice versa, you must have remembered. Why? Because that may be important in your life. I'm sure many of you must have remembered class 10th result, board exam. Many of you must have remembered the first day in college, that what happened, right? Or some of you remember birthday of some of your close, especially the women remember more birthday and marriage anniversaries, right? But this is all important in your personal life. What is important in national life? Collective memory. So historian's job is something which has made deep impact. The impact in a positive way or negative way. So first they would chronically write, and then they would research, then they would interpret, and they would print it in journals. You understand? Journals of each subject, like social science, science. Then that journals is taken as extract, published in books. That extract is further taken into NCERT books. Further that extract is taken and making your guides, and further is your study material. So what actually you are reading in a study material, it is very much like what is the material of noodles, you know that? How noodles are made? It is not pure wheat. I hope you understand this. So make sure that what kind of important events you have to know, what is the source, and why such important events are called important. This you would learn through significance. So some of the event is important because it impacted very long, some for some time. For instance, in modern Indian economy, 1991 is very important because it is still affecting. It was a major shift. What is that major shift? Any one? No, shift. I am asking. Shift means there was some policy. Now it is shifted, and the policy is from socialism to capitalism, from state owned to market oriented. That is what the major shift which we had. It has its own pluses and minuses that one can argue about it. Nobody can dispute it was very significant in modern Indian economy. So history and social sciences are important not because the event itself, but how much that event is going to be important. Now suppose something is happening today. In the morning I read the news, and how much it would be important I can guess, but whether my guess is right or wrong I don't know. In the month of May 2018, Trump and Kim are going to meet. You know this? Now it is going to be definitely interesting. Why? First time an American president is meeting after 70 years. That's the first thing, a North Korean dictator. And the two dictators are meeting. You know, one democratic elected and one autocratic. Two temperamentally, which is called impulsive people, are meeting. You getting now? So obviously the entire world would watch this event with great, I would say, curiosity. But I cannot tell what would happen in the month of June 2018 after this meeting. For that I have to wait 2025 at least. Then it would become significance of this meeting. I hope now you understand. So many events which takes place today may not be as important. Sometimes you take it lightly and it becomes very important. So luckily past study becomes relatively easier than future study, that what is going to happen. So now I would suggest you that our task is that each of the heading, minimum 200 words you should be in a position to write, and within this lot of facts, concepts related to this topic, so that any question on causes if asked you shall not miss. Clear? Now two things you should read for this topic of freedom struggle. One is the class note which you are going to get today, tomorrow and maybe in the next trip, and second is one textbook which I said is not first hand research book, which is in fact third hand research book written by prominent author of that subject. There are multiple, 1, 2, 3, you can choose one, any one, which I will give you shortly, but not more than that. Okay, so start first. What is the causes? So the first cause is resentment among soldiers. Second cause was political causes. Third cause was economic causes, and fourth cause was socio-religious causes. Clear? Now this is the headlines of the causes. First start, what were the reason for resentments? You understand this word resentment? Anger, frustration among the soldiers.